Incomes of A, B, C are in the ratio 7:9:12. So income of A is 7 parts, income of B is 9 parts and 12 parts. Let's take it as 7x, 9x and 12x. These are the incomes. Their spendings are in the ratio 8:9:15. So again you cannot take 8x, 9x and 15x here because you already used the variable x. Now you need to use something else like y or any particular letter there. So you can say 8y, 9y and 15y. These are the spendings. If A saves 1/4 of his income, how much is A's income? 7x. He saves 1/4 of it. 1/4 of that. That means 7x by 4. Then the savings of A, B, C are in what ratio is the question. Now, if you want to go by answer options and verify, you can easily do that. Right? One way to verify. Right? Probably in this case it is possible. May not be possible always. However, let me show that to you. What do we do? See, income of A is 7x. Spending ratio is 8:9:15. A saves 1/4 of his income. See, income of A is equal to 7x. Savings of A, right? Savings of A is equal to 7x by 4. Why 7x by 4? Because he saves 1/4 of his income. So 1/4 of 7x. 7x by 4. So what should be his spending of A? Are you able to follow? Income is 7x. Savings is 7x by 4. So spending should be what? Income minus saving. Like we have discussed in one of the earlier questions as well. So 7x minus 7x by 4. 7x minus 7x by 4. How much is this? Are you able to follow? Income is given as 7x. Savings is 7x by 4. This spending. Spending is income minus savings. 7x minus 7x by 4. So 3/4 of 7x, right? Or you can say 28 minus 7, right? 21x by 4. 21x by 4. Now, we also have to find out, see, to find out the saving ratio of A, B and C, we have already got, we know the savings of A is 7x by 4, right? That is fine. But we need to find out the savings of B and C now. How do we do that? See, what do we know? Spending, A, B and C are spending in the ratio of 8:9:5. So if you say spend of A is to spend of B is equal to 8:9, which implies spend of B will be how much? 8 by 9. So you can say it will be 9 by 8 into spend of A. Get the point? Spend of B by spend of A is 9 by 8. This ratio is known. How do we know this ratio? 8:9. We are looking at only these two parts. This is like spending of A is to spending of B is to spending of C. So spending of A is to spending of B is in what ratio? 8:9 ratio. So from this I can say spending of B is 9 by 8 into spending of A. What is spending of A? 21x by 4. So substitute here. So we get 9 by 8 into 21x by 4. Now nothing is getting cancelled here, so you have to simplify this. I mean, you have to do the complete calculation. 21 into 9. How much is 21 into 9? 189. 189x by 32. So what do we know now? Spending of A is known, 21x by 4. Spending of B is known, 189x by 32. Likewise, we have to find out spending of C. Once we know all the three spendings, we can calculate the spending ratio. How do we get spending of C? See, now you look at this part. Spending of A and spending of C. 8:15, right? Spending of A is to spending of C is in what ratio? 8:15. We can neglect B here, no need. A is to B, A is to C is 8:15. So from this, spending of C will be how much? 15 by 8 into spending of A. Of course, you can cut down all this detailed procedure there. You can just work on what is required. So 15 by 8 into spending of A. How much is spending of A? 21x by 4. Simplify this. 15 into 21. So 210 plus 105. 315. 315x by 8 into 4. 32. That's it. So spending of A is 21x by 4. Spending of B is 189x by 32. Spending of C is 315x by 32. You know all the three things. In terms of x, what we need is ratio. So just try to simplify that and get the ratio. Right? So one more thing needs to be done. We have got the spendings. Now we need to check the savings. How do you check savings? Saving is income minus expenditure. Anyway, savings of A is 7 by 4. Savings of B. How do you get savings of B? Income of B minus spending of B. So 9x minus 189x by 32. How much is spending of C? 12x minus 315x by 32. So this is going to be lengthy, but that's how you go in a general way. Savings of, I'm showing you the regular procedure. Don't worry, we don't have to do all this in the exam. Savings of B. What will be savings of B? Income of B. Income of B is 9x minus spending of B, 189x by 32. And likewise savings of C. How much is savings of C? Income of C, 12x minus spending of C, 315x by 32. So now you need to take the ratio of this. Savings of A 7x by 4, savings of B 9x minus 189x by 32, which has to be simplified further, and savings of C is 12x minus 315x by 32. Simplify all this, take the ratio like we did, x gets cancelled, simplify it and you'll get the answer. Right? Answer anyway is option D, 56 is to 99 is to 69. But who is going to do all this in the exam? Right. If this is the way you have to solve it, the easiest way to solve it is just skip and go to the next one. Because we cannot be performing all these steps in the exam unless you are too confident about your calculation. So what is a simple way of verification here? Well, that verification method may or may not give you the answer. Right? If 3 of the options get eliminated, then we have the answer. Otherwise, it becomes difficult. See, what do we have to do? In the first step itself, we know that savings of A is 7x by 4. Yes or no? Savings of A is known to us, 7x by 4. We have done all this drama to find out the savings of B and savings of C. Now, savings of A is how much? 7x by 4. What do we need? Savings ratio. So, this is nothing but savings of A is to savings of B is to savings of C is equal to what? Right? Now, whatever you see here in the first term, 69, 47, 37 and 56, it should be a multiple of this. It should be like 7 by 4 into something should give you that. Or we can say it should be a multiple of 7. Are you able to follow? 7x by 4 represents 69 or 47 or 37 or 56. Basically, we are trying to look at the value of x there. Now, if you take 7x by 4 as 69, x will come in decimals. But you know that x is an integer, right? We have taken 7 parts, some value there, right? So 7x by 4 equals to 69 implies x is not an integer value. Are you able to follow? We do, right? Let's say this, 7x by 4 is equal to 69. What's the value of x? 69 into 4 by 7. But that will give you a decimal answer, hence not possible. Likewise, 7x by 4 is 47, not possible. Basically, it should be a multiple of 7. Just understand, whatever is the first term here, it should be a multiple of 7. So 69 is not a multiple of 7. 47 is not a multiple of 7. 37 is also not a multiple of 7. 56 is the multiple of 7, right? 8, 7 is 56. So we can directly conclude that option D is the answer. So avoid all this lengthy procedure, just do the verification and mark your answer. But then if there's more than one option to satisfy, then probably you'll have to go for a few more steps and complete it. However, even if you do the complete solution, like I said, if you are very quick in your calculations, you'll be able to get the right answer. I think we made a mistake initially. We tried to calculate the spending ratio, but the question was savings ratio. If it is spending ratio, it is very easy. I think, okay, spending ratio is anyway given, but savings ratio is required. So you calculate the spendings first, subtract that from their incomes to get the savings, and then take the ratio of the savings. The third proportional to x by y plus 5 by x and root over x square plus y square is, right? Now generally, when we have this in the form a is to b is equal to b is to c, then this is what you need to use to find out the third proportional or the first proportional or the second proportional, right? Two ratios are equal, where the second term of the first ratio and the first term of the second ratio are same. So in such case, A is known as the first proportional, B is the second proportional, and C is the third proportional. Now if you take this equation in the right format, what do we get? A by B equals to B by C implies AC equals to B squared. Just remember this, AC equals to B squared. This is the equation you have to simplify. A is the first proportional, C is the third proportional, and B is the second proportional. Now substitute. Third proportional to this and this implies this is first proportional and this is second proportional, right? So A is x by y plus y by x, B is root over x square plus y square. We need to find out what C is. Just substitute. What do we get? See, A is x by y plus y by x into C, and what is B? Root over x square plus y square whole square. That's it. Simplify now. X into x, x square, y into y, y square. So what do we get here? X square plus y square divided by xy. We are taking the LCM as x5 into C is equal to root over x square plus y square whole square. So square root and square gets cancelled. What are we left with? X square plus y square. Again, on left hand side and right hand side, x square and y square gets cancelled. In fact, this is the standard question. You can just remember the answer. Xy is the answer. Or you can remember that x by y plus y by x root over x square plus y square and x5 are in continued proportion, right? This is what is known as continued proportion. A is to B equals to B C implies A, B, C are in continued proportion, right? So what's the answer here? C is equal to xy. C is equals to xy, which is option A. Right? So just remember one part, that AC equals to B square. A is first proportional, C is third proportional, B second proportional. So any two will be given out of A, B and C. The third one has to be calculated. So just substitute the values in the right places, the given terms in the right places, and simplify to get the answer. Numbers can also be given. The third proportional to 12 and 12 and 18 is. So substitute A equals to 12, B equals to 18, C has to be calculated. Okay.
Brothers A and B had some savings in the ratio 2:5. They decided to buy a gift for their sister, sharing the cost in the ratio 3:4. After they bought, A had spent 2/3 of his amount while B is left with rupees 145. Then the value of the gift is 70 or 105 or 140 or 175. So interesting one, right? It says there are two brothers A and B and they have their savings in the ratio 2:5. They decided to buy a gift for their sister, and it was also decided that the cost would be shared in the ratio 3:4. Now after buying the gift, it was found that A had spent 2/3 of his amount. So whatever savings he had spent 2/3 of it, while B was left with 145. So out of whatever amount he had as savings, he spent and left with rupees 145. He spent some amount and left with 145. We are supposed to find out the value of the gift. Now there are two ways of solving it. Either write down the equations, solve them and find out the answer, or go by the options. Let us try both, right? See, brothers A and B had savings in the ratio 2:5. So savings of A by savings of B equals to 2/5. Can we take it as 2x and 5x respectively? Yes. So let us assume A savings is 2 parts, B savings is 5 parts. Now they decided to buy a gift for the sister, sharing the cost in the ratio of 3:4. So amount that A will share is 3 parts and that B would share is 4 parts. Okay. After they had bought, A had spent 2/3 of his amount. So basically, if you see, it was decided that the cost will be shared in 3:4 ratio, right? So cost shared by A by cost shared by B is what? 3/4. Now understand, what is the cost shared by A? It said after they have bought the gift, if it was found that A had spent 2/3 of his amount. How much did A have? A had 2 parts, 2x. He has spent 2/3 of it. That means what is the contribution of A? See, whatever A has spent is nothing but his contribution. Contribution of A is how much? 2/3. CA, which is 2/3 of whatever savings he had, divided by contribution of B. It was found that B is left with 145. How much money did B have? B had 5x. Out of 5x, he has spent some amount. He is left with 145. So can we say he has spent 5x minus 145? Yes or no? The remaining amount is 145, which means out of 5 parts that he had spent 145. So simple, savings are in the ratio 2:5. So we can say the amount which A has is 2x and that B has is 5x. They had contributed in the ratio of 3:4. We also know that A contributed 2/3 of his amount. So 2/3 of A's contribution, 2/3 of A's savings, 2/3 of 2x. B was left with 145. So out of 5x, he has spent 5x minus 145 and he was left with 145. This should be in the ratio of 3/4. The contribution was in the ratio of 3:4. Can you not simplify this and find out the value of x? Quickly do that. So what happens? I think this 3 gets multiplied here, or simplify now, right? So we have 4 into 2/3 into 2x equals to 3 into 5x minus 145. Solve this now. So this is like 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 16x equals to 9 into 5x minus 145. I'm sure you can work on this to get the answer there. So 9 into 5, 45, 45x minus 16x, 29x is 9 times 145, right? 9 into 5, 45, 45 minus 16, 29x equals to, this minus 9 into 45 goes to the other side. So it becomes plus 9 into 45. And 29 here goes 5 times. So we can say x is 9 into 5, 45 rupees. That's it. Once you have got the value of each part, you can now find out the required answer. What is it asking us to find out? The value of the gift. What is the value of the gift? The value of the gift is 2/3 of 2x and 5x minus 145. So find out, first of all, find out their amounts. So 2x will be equal to 90 and 5x will be equal to 225, right? Value of the gift is how much? Value of the gift, we know that A has spent 2/3 of 90. So 2/3 of 90 and B has spent whatever he had minus 145. 225 minus 145. So do the calculation. 2000 of 90 is 60 and this is 225 minus 145 is 80. 60 plus 80 is 140. Option C. A, B, C and D started a business and their investment were in the ratio 3:4:5:6. B and C are working partners and they get equal salaries. The ratio of total annual income of B and C was 9:10. If the total annual profit was 84,000, find B's salary. So a partnership based question where it says four partners A, B, C and D have invested in the ratio 3:4:5:6. But out of these four partners, B and C are working partners, right? Meaning they'll get some salary and they get equal salaries. Both of them get equal salaries. How much? No idea. The ratio of total annual income of B and C was 9:10. Now understand, ratio of what? Total annual income. What do you mean by income? Income in this case would be what? See, he's talking about B and C. B and C, earn in two ways. One is they will earn because they have invested in the business. They have invested in the ratio of 3:4:5:6, right? So B and C will get their shares accordingly, right? 4 parts and 5 parts. Also, B and C will get salaries. So here, when we say income, income means the profit that they make in the business, the share of their profit plus the salary that they get, right? That's the income. So that ratio is given as 9:10. And we also know that total annual profit is 84,000. So find B's salary. What do we do? Let us assume that salary of each person is S. B's salary is equal to C. Both of them get equal salaries, it's right? So B's salary equals to C's salary equals to S. Both of them get salary which is S. Now, total annual profit was 84,000. Total profit, again I am writing this step which is not needed. Sorry about this. Total profit is 84,000, right? 84,000. But the profit which can be distributed, profit which will be distributed among the four persons, right? Profit which will be distributed will be how much? 84,000 minus 2S. Because see, the business, whatever profit the business makes, from that first the salaries will be paid out. So B will get S amount and C will also get S amount. So 84,000 minus S minus 2S. So this is the profit that is going to get distributed. Are you able to follow? The total profit of 84,000 will not get distributed in 3:4:5:6 ratio. Only 84,000 minus 2S will get distributed. In what ratio? 3:4:5:6. Right? Now understand. He says the ratio of total income of B and C was 9:C. So income of B by income of C equals to 9/10. Simplify this. What do you mean by income of B? What will be B's income? See, B will get a salary S. I have told you salary plus profit. Salary S. And how much will be the profit? See, B will get 4 parts. Out of total how many parts? 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, 12 plus 6, 18. Yes or no? So 4 out of 18 parts. Of how much? 84,000 minus 2S. Are you able to follow? B's income is B's salary plus B's profit. Salary is S straight. Profit is 4 out of 18. Total 18 parts, right? B will get 4 parts out of that. So 4 parts out of 18 parts out of 84,000 minus 2S. Divided by C's income. What is C's income? Again, salary S. Both will get equal salaries. Plus his profit according to the investment. C will get 5 parts. 5 out of 18 parts. Again, 84,000 minus 2S. This is equal to 9/10. That's it. You're done. If you write this equation properly, you're done. Now solve for S. There's only one equation with one unknown value. Solve for S, and that's what is the question. Find B's salary. B's salary would be S. So solve this equation for S and you'll get the answer. You getting it? Solve this equation for S. What happens? So I think you can actually cancel 18 in both numerator and denominator by multiplying S with 18 on both the sides. Yes or no? So let me cancel that. What I'll do is, because I don't have enough space, I'm not writing the next step. I'm directly doing the calculation. You're able to follow. What I'll do is, I'll take 18 as LCM. So what happens? This is anyway, it goes one time. I'll multiply S with 18. Here also I'll multiply S with 18. So that 18 in the denominator will get cancelled. Right? Now you can cross multiply. So cross multiply, see what happens. Right? Cross multiply. 18S into 10, 180S plus 4 into 10, 40 times of, I'll say 84,000 minus 2S equals to, look at this, 9 into 18S. How much is 9 into 18S? 162S. 162S plus, right? 9 into 18 is 162. 162 times the salary S plus 9 into 5, 45. 45 times of same 84,000 minus 2S. Simplify now. So what do we get in the next step? 180S minus 162S. 18S equals to 45 into this multiple minus 40 into the same multiple. So 45 minus 45. 5 times of 84K minus 2S. Now you have to simplify this. So 18S, see 5 into 2S is how much? 5 into 2S is 10S. So minus 10S goes to the other side. 28S equals to 5 into 84,000. Now this 28 here goes 3 times, right? So you'll get S equals to 5 into 3, 15,000. So salary S is 15,000, which is option D.